How fast can you make a patch or preset? We talked about this earlier. I think it'd be really cool if you could like cook up something for us on the fly to maybe give away to everybody watching right now.
That would be awesome. Recently, I saw a lot of soft clipper and clipper in general. The technology behind it is actually so easy that I don't see the point in buying any clipper out there. And I can show you.
Let's do it.
Actually, I can show you a clipper with a little twist that no clippers plugin does, which is listen to the distortion you're adding to the sound.
Okay.
It's very easy to do.
That's fire.
So let's start from scratch. Fruity Liimiter.
Yeah. Top.
But there's a twist. I like everything about the limiter beside the limiting. I don't like the limiting, but I like the other function and the gate. Also, the gate is terrible. Pull down in the limiter, the attack to 0, release to 0, and sustain to 0, like I'm doing here. This is already a clipper. This threshold, the ceiling, it will clip your audio, clean it. Of course, hard clipping, not soft clipping, but it's the effect that I use a lot. As I said, I use a lot of effects in mixing and mastering. And clipping is very useful to be used before dynamic compressors and limiters. If we turn down these 3 knobs, this is already a clipper. So activate this knob so it can be controlled on the surface. You go in the surface, you create a knob. Let's select this example. Let's make it bigger.
There it is.
And you connect this to that. So as you can see, if you exit the edit mode, you're going to control that.
I feel like I'm watching my child be born. Right?
Anyway, as you can see, this ceiling, of course, is moving the same way, but we don't want to do that actually, because a lot of clipper plugins, they boost the volume into the clipping. And that's very confusing because, of course, if something gets louder, you're going to think, oh, that's better. So all clipping plugins and dynamic VSTs in general, they should actually do the opposite. So increase the effect, but not the volume. And we can actually do that in a very clean way with Patcher. Load something that allows us to modify the values. So I always use this Fruity XYZ controller. I make the global speed to 0 because we don't want have a delay in timing. And you can mess with this little graph. I always mess up with the input, but I think you're supposed to mess up with the output mapping. And for example, with this effect, we want the knob to go from 50% all the way down, maybe not to 0 this time. Let's give a little room there.
Okay.
And of course, I modify the X value. So I'm going to activate the input of these 3 values. I'm going to use the other 2 very soon. And then output, activate all. So instead of connecting this directly to the effect, I'm going to connect it to the first input, which is the X, and the first output will go here. So now when I turn this knob, as you can see, when I'm at 0, there's no effect going on. But as I turn it up, the ceiling will get put down. So you actually start to distort the audio. But you don't get more volume. So you actually hear what this clipper is actually doing to your track.
Wow.
And if you want to get some very, very nerdy, one of the technique that I use the most to analyze plugins is doing a null test. It means I flip the phase of the audio and I see the difference, what's coming out as a difference. For example, if we distort with a clipper, we're going to have the distortion of the clip. What you gain is you can boost the level more, but you're going to introduce some distortion into the sound. If it's a little, it can actually be very useful. That's why clippers are so popular nowadays. So I load a Fruity Stereo Shaper, another very underrated plugin.
I love this.
I love this one.
And
hell yeah,
there are a lot of presets that allows you to modify very quickly the effect. If you select invert, you can see that basically the amplitude of the left and right channels will be inverted. So this is a clean inversion plugin. If you want to feel the effect, you have to connect the input in a parallel way, not in chain, because you want to make some of the 2. If we play some audio like this, I'm playing some audio, but there's no output. If I get rid of this, as you can see, music is coming out. So what does this say? It says that the 2 parallel processing are identical. But look what happened if I start to do some clipping. What you see here is the distortion that you're adding to the sound.
right.
And basically, it's a very easy thing to set up, as you see, but a lot of very high technology plugin has it. For example, the FabFilter Pro L2, it's the best limiter out there, let's be honest. And it has this function, and it's one of the most useful functions ever, because you can select different algorithm and see how much distortion you're adding. And this is the exact same thing, but with just 2 stock plugins.
Wow.
Of course, to enable the listen, you can add a button, like let's do default button, and we can connect this to another input in this XYZ. We're going to activate the 2-channel amplitude, and we're going to do this.
So now it just goes to that button. So now you can reference the distortion just by clicking on that button.
Yes, but we have to set up the range. And right now we want 0 to minus 0 dB, basically, like inverted phase, which should be around 70%, 75%. We can actually right click and copy with C and right click with V. So you already have the right value there. So as you can see, if it's not very clear, but if we press it, you're gonna put in inverted phase audio. So you're gonna listen to the sound. For example, this is your music playing. You want to start clipping it. So as you can see, the waveform, if I pull this up, is start to get crushed. But at some point you wanna listen, wait, but what I'm losing, I'm gaining some headroom, but what I'm losing. In music production, everything's a compromise. So if you click a button, you're gonna listen only to the pops of the distortion.
Bro, this guy's a genius.
Wow.
Wow.
And if I have to make this patch a little fancier, I can actually modify the saturation here. And actually this saturation knob of the limiter is the exact same soft clipper effect. I don't know if you know it, but if you do the same trick, like you invert the phase of one of them, the exact same type of distortion.
So that doing that with the saturation essentially turns the limiter into a soft clipper.
Yes. Okay, so I load up Fruity soft clipper to show you that doing this with the Fruity limiter is the same as doing this. So putting down the threshold. Of course, I like the visual of the soft clipper, but the Fruity limiter doesn't have it, but it's the same thing.
Wow.
So to make this patch a little fancier, I can add another knob. I can actually duplicate this and I can connect the new knob to the saturation knob. I activate this, right click, activate, and the third control goes into the saturation. This time we want to do this because the knob at 100% is basically 0, I think.
Yep.
So yeah, right now, no saturation. As you pull it up, the ceiling will get pulled down. So you get the effect. And of course, I did this clipper first and the soft clipper after because I'm following the route of actual this plugin. This plugin has, I think, compression, gain, ceiling, and saturation. It's not very clear from the interface, but if you go in the manual, you see that there's an order.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
We can give this patch. Actually, I'm gonna make this patch look good, and maybe we can put an overlay here, and we're gonna get it for free.
Awesome. So we're gonna drop this to everybody in the comments. Everybody that's listening and watching, they're gonna be able to grab this for free.